my relationship as well. Single people can't coach relationship people. And I think that is what happens too often. So when I'm asking questions about resources, when I'm asking questions about you, hard yes for a married man, I'm saying I'm triggered when I hear that as a man. When I ask you, do you have healthy marriages that you've seen, witnessed, been a part of, or admired? And you clearly said no.
And I clearly said yes, but my admiration doesn't go as far as, in your exact words, I would want that. No, I don't want anything that somebody else is. I want to help them have more of the good stuff. Okay? But in the sense of, again, people who are doing well, married or not, but I want to go back to what you said, triggering to you, because I love that you said that, and a lot of people think that, and it's not wrong. I get it, a single woman or even a woman with no kids, how can she coach her therapy, a woman who is a mother, or a single woman, how can she coach her therapy or help her be a psychologist for people who are having marital issues?
You're single.
I'm single. Okay. Yes, I'm single. And so I love what you're saying because I don't know what other therapists, psychologists, or coaches do, but I don't coach married couples. Stay with me. People come to me who are married. I'm helping each of them process their own stuff. Because what a marriage is, and your mama would know it, because she's a church woman, came from just what she said, be compromised. Right. And even what she said about marriage, everybody wants to go to heaven. There's a lot of hell in it, and love that. She said that. Marriage, like the Bible says, is cleaving. Cleaving does this. Cleaving does this. Cleaving doesn't do this. And so when people come to me, married, they're doing similar to Mama's statement. They're coming to me like this. And so I'm not counseling married couples. I'm counseling individuals who are coming with so many issues within themselves that they married on paper, but they ain't never even had a chance to be married mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, intellectually in any way. But what happens is I help them as individuals process through their traumas and their pain and their intergenerational issues. They magically either usually cleave or, not many, but some, depart. Because you cannot cleave without shedding. And the shedding that cleaving takes is the shedding of your stuff, your ego, your emotions, your trauma, your pain pockets. And when you shed of that, the cleaving was already waiting there for you. So it's not that anyone, even other therapists, are teaching married people how to cleave or be married. They're really breaking down the barriers that people have that are keeping them from being loving or in love, or like Mom said, keeping them from going not only to heaven, but sometimes taking that detour to hell just to get to heaven again, just to get back to hell, to get back to heaven. And so I don't teach them how to be married because I don't think that's something that can be taught. I think that comes through each individual marriage couple, because there's not one way to do it. I'm helping them break down the barriers that are keeping them from what they really want, which is to be safe, to be in love, to go to this heaven space, but to learn how to have the bandwidth to get through the journey of hell that comes as well.
Yeah, I must ask you a question because I'm a product of this.
Yeah.
Has your profession affected your outlook on a relationship?
100%.
Duh.
How?
I'm more emotionally intelligent.
Face described as crispy.
It's like talking to a fucking child. He is so stupid.
My husband will be very, very grateful to all of my clients these past 16, 17 years because my female clients have helped shape me to have more compassion. It has helped shape me to have better understanding of the pressures and the seasons that come in motherhood, that come in marriage. And my male clients, particularly my black male clients, the married ones, have really gave me insight on the weight that comes with being a husband, being a father, how much they really are giving their all and trying their best, but it looks different to her. And so learning how to read and communicate, Cam, what does it mean when you text me randomly throughout the day and just say, what are you doing? Is that a message, does that, what are you doing, is that a message where you're just trying to tell me, baby, I love you, but you didn't say the words? So if I know that what are you doing means I love you, as your wife, the Bible says, love you by knowledge of you, not understanding, knowledge. I now know how to hold you. That helps me not personalize, but you ain't doing it my way. But you just say, I love you. And you saying, but baby, I said what you're doing, and that means I love you. So my clients have helped me dissipate my ego, and they have helped me
My breakfast sandwiches for the week.
Understand the different languages
Or
that men can speak.
me and my daughters.
Also, it's allowed me to have more compassion and break my fairy tale ideology that women have. I always say this: men get married and become a father and go, oh shoot, okay, I didn't know it was gonna take all of this. Game time. Let me try to figure this out. Let me try to see if I can do this and do that and get the car and do this and love her more and balance all this. Women, we meet you and we're like, our idea and our fairy tale is you are Prince Charming, honey. And then we try to get you to fit Prince Charming, and the more you don't fit it, the more y'all end up in my office going, but he doesn't do this, but has he ever did it? No, but I always just thought my husband was your husband or this man. So are you getting to know who you with? Or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist anyways? And so women come and lead with, fit this, or you have no value. Men come in and go, all right, I'm here, and I'm gonna learn how to do the best I can for you. And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting there. Because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale. So for me, it's helped me break down what all my clients know. Y'all know, I call it the fairy tale ideology. And I'm not exaggerating, Cam. I don't want to say 100%, but I'm going 99.9% of women who come in my office, I'm having to work on breaking their fairy tale ideology of their husband. And hold on, let me say this. To his defense, they almost always have an amazing husband. But because his amazingness doesn't fit her idea of amazing, guess what? He ain't shit to her. And remember, I have no emotional investment besides I really want them to get this, work through this. I'm going, so because.
Okay, now I'm gonna meal prep chicken for the
You gonna
week.
tell me this man still ain't rent?
He burned it though.
Do you see what I'm saying?
You know. He
Drinking and driving is a decision that can change your whole world. Things will never be the same once you get a DUI. Because legal fees and time in court are just the beginning. Getting into a crash is another way. Your world could be irreversibly changed after drinking and driving. Your vehicle may not be the only thing damaged in that crash. You can face a life-altering injury or potentially death. But you're not the only one that will face those consequences. Your decision to drink and drive could permanently change someone else's world. Whether you injure them or leave their loved ones free. The next time you're out drinking, call a ride share, a taxi, a sober friend, or a designated sober driver. The only decision that will change your world for the better is the decision to call a sober driver. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by this.
Two things that I really want to ask, or must ask in this situation. First, in regards to the woman. I don't really want to attack or, really speak on your clientele, but obviously with my research, you spoke about low-functioning individuals, male and female. What's the percentage of males and females that you counsel that are low-functioning? What's that percentage?
Well, collectively, you want me to go male and female?
Break it down, male and female.
Okay, I would say, interesting enough, I would say that there are 70% low functioning women, 40% low functioning men.
What? What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, with those low functioning men, did they ever say that a man of high function will never really know true love?
What the fuck
No,
are you talking
I
about?
don't even believe that, but no.
Okay, so what identifies a woman to be high functioning?
A high functioning woman is a woman who wants you. She doesn't need you. And let me put it up. When I say she doesn't need you, it doesn't mean she's independent. That means she is interdependent. I only need you because my pain doesn't need your pain. My dysfunction doesn't need your dysfunction to feed it for us to be in this relationship, meaning I don't need a trauma bond with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? She wants you because she wants the healed part of you, but has the capacity, because we're all human, we ain't perfect, to facilitate and deal with the unhealed part of you that's going to show up in the relationship at some point. And hers is going to show up too. Mine is going to show up too. And so that's why I always say, I want a hybrid. I want a hybrid for y'all out there who want to know. Meaning, a man who's high functioning enough to meet my healthy high functioning, but low functioning enough to deal with me when my abandonment flames, to deal with me and some of my dysfunctions that I'm still working on in flames. Because if he's too high functioning, guess what? He doesn't have the bandwidth to deal with the low functioning part, which then means he can only connect with folks who are not being fully authentic within themselves. Meaning, you may have a loving relationship, but you won't have a real intimate, deep, vulnerable relationship. I'm the one who seeks connection and vulnerability. I'm not into casualties or casual sex, just TMI or not. Meaning I like the depth of things. And so I need you to see me. I need you to see my growth. I want you to see my heart, whatever that comes with. And I'm not embarrassed about it. I'll tell you about it. I'll show it to you. And I'm okay with a man who can facilitate it. But what a high functioning man may do is if he's all the way high functioning, he has already cut off the side of him that is authentic, and there's a superficialness there.
I'm just celebrating myself because of how far I came.
So can he still love and
I can
experience
also
love?
relate
Yeah,
to
love
what she's
has
saying.
It loves everything.
Like,
But will he experience the depth of
it's just,
Some
it's
of
too much.
wholeness of love, meaning the down, the up, the ugly, the heaven, the hell mom was talking about? No. And let me say this really quick, and this is why trauma bond,
That's why it's important to do the work. It's so important. I did the work for 2 years straight.
deepest relationship, because
2 years straight, crying on my therapist's
at the
fucking
pinnacle of
couch
vulnerability,
all
pocket
the
people who
time,
are bonding.
twice a week,
And most people who are low
shedding
functioning
dead flesh,
are
shedding
exactly who they are.
ego
Exactly
and
who they are.
just,
Doesn't make it bad for being who they are.
brokenness.
Exactly who they are.
and I'm not hurt no
They're
more.
gonna, their pain, their trauma, they gonna flee, they gonna scream, they gonna hit, they gonna do whatever comes up
Okay.
to hear this electric cry.
Cause I used to be a runner and a track star.
It's crispy.
I used to run away when it got hard.
Sounds just about perfect.
My nails are growing finally, but I keep breaking, bro. And I think it's breaking because I'm not putting
Whatever
nothing
comes up,
on.
there's no awareness, there's no stop, there's no nothing. I'm triggered, I'm inflamed, we just go there, let's cut this thing up. Right? High functioning only means, Cam, that I feel them same feels. I still feel, excuse my language, you got me fucked up. I'm ready to go there. I'm inflamed, I'm triggered. It's all there, right? But it's still dormant, it's still in me. And high functioning means I can regulate those emotions. Watch this and say, okay, right now I'm ready to rip this man's head off.
Hello.
Right now, you got me all the way fucked up.
Hello.
Okay, so how do I relay that message to him? Where it's gonna
I just
be
want you guys to
respectful,
see my beautiful
it's
flowers.
gonna be non-combative, and I'm gonna disarm him. While he still knows, you got me fucked up. Because I don't have to say those words for you to know, I think I went too far with Doc. And you still feel respected and loved, so that I just disarmed you, and we can still have an engaging emotional
I think I'm gonna
intelligent
sit down
conversation that
because
ends
I'm
in
waiting on my
resolve, or
water.
the resolve means win-win, because resolve is
I would
win-win,
wash the dishes,
or
but
one person
she's
wins
gonna
or none,
wash the
and
dishes
we
'cause I'm
agree to
doing so much
disagree,
right now.
and we can still go to the cigar lounge and have a drink and you have your cigar. But low functioning people gonna tear this thing up with no emotional regulation. They're also gonna choose a person who does it with them and allows them to do it. Because I only can do to you what you allow me to do. Because if I start cutting up in here and you say, Doc, we love you, love to have you here, but you gotta go and you're not welcome back. There's no pun intended. That's not our culture here. Guess what? I can't do that again. And that's not called fleeing. You emotionally, intelligently said, Doc, love you here. You're a great guest, but that's not our culture. We don't do that here. Now I have a choice to make. Do I want to be in a relationship with him? Do I want to be welcome back here? Self-inventory. You just did me the best favor you could have ever did. By excusing me, you blessed me. Because now I gotta look at myself and say, what needs to be done for me to fit in this? Now let's flip it. I want a dude who's turned up. He's a womanizer.
sweet
He
potatoes.
got all these women. He spend money on me. He treat me good. And what you said earlier, he D's me down. You didn't say you would D me down, but you used the D word. Clarity. He D's me down. And so I come in and I tell him, no, I'm not a woman. I'm like wholesome. I'm not into casual sex. I don't do all that, but I'm in love with you. And he asked me, check this out, baby. Daddy love you. There's a place for you here. But not like that. You gotta be able to do these things. Check back in when you can. That woman has a choice to make too. She goes and takes self-inventory and says,
Is this something I really want?
So I can fit in with daddy? Or do I want to stay true to who I am?
Stay true, baby.
Either way, it's a choice. But high-functioning people have the ability to take a step back internally, not physically, process what they feel, hear their emotions in the real space that they're saying. Because my emotions curse people out and things all day. But I regulate it, code switch it, deliver the message so you're receptive to it and you fill it with love. But I'm saying the same damn thing I was saying in here. And now we have a relationship. Now we have respect. And now we're good. And now, like your mama says, I love that hotel, that food, I love that. We can go to heaven together. And we can take this journey to hell as well.
But no, are you willing to go to hell?
They're both.
Yeah.
Both.
So, but I don't think my question was clear, or the answer wasn't clear as far as a high functioning woman
Yeah.
and a
It's simple. High functioning woman feels the same thing a low functioning woman feels. She does two things differently. High functioning woman can regulate her emotions to articulate it so it comes out with emotional intelligence.
okay.
And she uses what she feels, okay, and chooses with her healthy self and not her dysfunctional self.
Okay.
That's the only difference.
Now, explain to me what a high functioning man is.
A high functioning man, identical to a woman. He can feel what he feels. He regulates his emotions and he chooses how he's going to deliver that message so that woman receives it and she's not armed and now we're at war. That's what a high functioning man does. And he's also able to sit through hard, challenging conversations without fleeing or abandoning that woman, and using his emotional intelligence that says, I hear you and I understand you. But baby, I don't agree with that one part.
There's a lot of things that I don't agree with
I don't agree with that.
in this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Going back to what I said, with that 40%
Mhm.
of men who are high functioning that you counsel,
Mm-hmm.
what I said was, most men understand this. We don't really find true love because it's what can you do for me?
Because
Because a man's job is to provide.
if you got a girl
Now,
that's
this
always
is
like, what can you
where
do for me?
most high
Go find
vibration
another
men,
one that's not like
high
that.
functioning
It's like common sense.
men, as far
I
as
hate when
being
people generalize so
emotionally
much. Shut up.
intelligent,
Not
that's
everybody's
not
the same. Be
qualify you as
Can you
being
get on my nerves?
high vibration. The thing that is often said on two counterparts, two species,
Mhm.
from a woman, it's about self-worth. how I feel. I'm not gonna allow you to treat me like this. I'm not gonna allow you to talk to me like this. I know my non-negotiables. I know my worth. Fine. That are all qualifying things for any woman to say to herself or to the universe, I'm high vibrational. Now the thing for me is that doesn't qualify for men. Because you can have all the emotional intelligence, all the trigger points to be able to communicate. But if you stand at your mama house, all that's out the door. You understand what I'm saying? So society dictates what a man's value is, respectfully, and it is shameful to say it that way, but that's the surface level identifier.
I'm not being monetized on Instagram, y'all motherfuckers.
Now,
I'm getting all these
things
Ugh.
are
notifications. I'm gonna be making bread this week, and y'all gonna take that from me?
Yeah, this, that, and the third.
And for nothing. It was for a video, like, bro, people post fight videos all the time. People wasn't even fighting, they was arguing. And they saying talk about promoting violence, and now I can't be monetized until the 31st of August. A whole week.
It's a little bit, the rules are a little
I'm
different.
so mad, I'm not posting shit on there.
Say it's not because it actually is.
Cause
All that
Instagram pay me the most.
girl, I mean, everything.
But fuck
This,
y'all,
that,
I don't give a
third.
fuck.
But Dr. Bryant ain't gonna
I'm
talk
taking
to
my
a
time
guy
to
that can
motherfucking
number one,
YouTube.
protect her physically.
It pays the most, but it doesn't pay me the most, but it will pay me the most.
Ability to live her life as she sees fit. And that's where the high vibrational man steps in, and we don't need that from a high vibrational woman. So that's my caveat.
To hear this perfectly popping
Yeah,
fizz described as crispy sounds just
He's so
about
fine, but
right.
he's like right here. He's so short.
Got it. You made a lot of really good points. So a man living in his mama house means he's low value, but can still be high functioning. High functioning and high value man are two different things. High value man is more about value. What are you offering financially? What can you do for me? How can you provide for me? It has nothing to do with emotions. This is why you have a lot of high value women and men who are extremely low functioning. It is statistically known that high value women, not functioning, high value women, meaning powerhouse, makes money, elected official, doctor, lawyer, entrepreneur, whatever she does, she's just killing it. She does well. Educated, not educated, she just does her thing financially. She's high value. Often end up with low functioning men.
Why?
And it's because she has high value, she doesn't have high function. Law of attraction can only attract who we are despite who we think we are. So the man living in his mama's house that you described, right? That's based on society. That's a low value man.
Reality, not
That's fine, you can say reality. I'm fine with that, yeah. Value is not a functioning. High functioning is how you function. And then to do with money or where you live or how you drive.
Right.
Okay, value is the word value because it's how value, it's what you said, how valuable are you? How valuable are you, sis? What you bringing to the table?
Okay, now,
Those are two different things.
I just want to stop you right there before I lose my. If the man doesn't have high value,
Yes.
he will not spark the interest of no woman. Let's just put it like that. So it runs
Then answer this
in
question.
conjunction.
Why are most low value? And low value man just means, I'll go street terms, broke,
Yes.
okay? They're married. Them girls are married.
But you can't
Hold
say
on, hold on.
that's a subjective
No,
thing.
that's not.
You can't say most because that's not true.
Statistically, when it comes to socioeconomics, Google it, have somebody here on your team pull it up. Socioeconomically, women, Google it, predominantly black women, socioeconomically, are exceeding when it comes to money, street term, bread. Hold on. That means if they marry, they're married to a man who's making less money, no money, or broke money. Hold on. Now, low value men are married to somebody. whether she low, high, whatever, he got him a wife. And let me go a little further. And usually if you don't have a wife, he got a whole hell lot of kids by different women.
Watch out now.
So.
Watch out, you're speeding.
Yeah, I am.
You're speeding.
I'm hoping.
We're going there, but let me take this,
So let me finish,
let me take this
point.
glove off.
Let me finish this point. So again, low value men, meaning street term broke,
Mhm.
they're married. And they oftentimes, if not more than often, have multiple kids by multiple men.
More
Okay.
women, whoa,
No, I'm going somewhere.
low, you said.
By both, oh no, I'm going somewhere with that. They have multiple kids by multiple men, hold on, and women. We in a whole different society, you're talking about reality.
No, you said low vibrational men are married with multiple,
Let me say it again. They're married, and if they're not, they usually have multiple kids
okay.
with multiple women. Hold on. And I'm going somewhere with this. Have multiple men. Meaning that men and women are choosing low value men. That's subjective. Because in the society we live in today, you have a lot of different dynamics of polyamorous, different dynamics of relationships. And when you're talking about men today, and women, I'm not just knocking on the men, relationships don't just go one way. And we're talking about a low value man. We're not just talking about heterosexual men. We're not just talking about monogamy. Do I have to say one talking without the I will. So again, low value men don't have to be, they can be high functioning and low value, you know what I'm saying? So a man living in his mama's house is low value, but he can be high functioning. Hold on. So how does he attract a woman who's high functioning? He's high functioning. He attracts a high functioning woman. Hold on. The high functioning woman is also high value, meaning she has money, a lifestyle, and a high quality of life. And she's high functioning. All she needs is a high functioning man. She ain't worried about a man who also has high value. A lot of women operate like that who are powerful. I'm sure you've been in rooms with powerful women who have husbands who you have said, if not you, many have said, how did he get her? Wait a minute. And it's not even a looks thing. It's down to, oh, I'm going to go with a really good friend of mine, Oprah and Stedman. Mama, you know I love you. But Oprah's power. You think Stedman's low functioning or low value? Stedman is low value. He ain't low functioning, baby. There's a difference. He's low value based on, I'll use your word, reality. Because regardless if he makes good money, he ain't making Oprah money.
Nobody's making over money.
So he's low value compared to that. But Stedman is not low functioning.
And
Oprah's not.
Stedman is not low value either. Everybody's low value compared to Mama O. Let's just
Right.
say that.
So, Stedman,
What the fuck you talking
is
about?
subjective again. Stedman, in his relationship, we can't say marriage, in his relationship,
So I'm gonna make rice, chicken, some veggies, some sweet
to
potatoes
his
for me.
powerhouse, high value, high
But that's not a good
functioning.
example though.
That is a great
It's
example.
not,
Yeah.
because anybody's gonna be low value to
Cam, who house they live in?
Oprah.
Okay, where's Stedman's house?
I have no idea.
That's my point.
That's-
That is my point.
Can you give me another example?
That is my point.
Let's not use that one, because that's not the reality.
Another.
Like, Oprah is living in the
Okay, wait, not-
0.5% of
that's
the
fine.
world, not just the 1%, less than the 1%. Because anybody, myself included, if we were to date a woman of Oprah's magnitude, it's never going to be enough. I'm going to be on her jet. I'm going to be on her yacht. I'm going to be at her functions. I would be a fucking fool
But that's.
to think.
So, that's not always the case. You look at Jay-Z and you look at Beyonce, Jay can be on B's lot, B can be on Jay's lot. So my whole point to drive this point is that low value or high value, low function, high function, two different things, two different identities. Low value has to do with money and quality of life to be varied. Functioning has to do with how do you function innately, emotionally, psychologically as a human being. And so if you have billions of dollars, Donald Trump is low functioning. He just happens to be high value in the sense of his wealth, but he's extremely low functioning.
That's
But
subjective.
that's fine. No, and I'm not for or against. I'm not for or against Trump. I'm just using someone, and again, we're having a conversation, so everything's going to be subjective. So I'm speaking about the difference so that we can clear it up. Just because a woman is high functioning doesn't mean she's successful financially or career-wise. Just because a man is high functioning doesn't mean that either. Just because someone is high valued doesn't mean that they have a certain level of functioning. You have a lot of people that do good in the boardroom, high IQ, high functioning, interpersonal relationships, but cannot function at home in their marriage. And so those two are not relevant to each other, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you another thing that's not relevant to each other. A high-value woman will never acknowledge a low-value man. So Oprah,
Well,
see, hold on,
you're a man.
hold on.
You can't
I'm
speak from a woman's
I'm
perspective.
speaking on the,
High-valued women
okay.
acknowledge, notice, sleep with, and date low-value men all the time. One, I'm in room with them, with high-value women. Two, I am a high-value woman, and I have at some point dated a man who is low-value, meaning he wasn't living with his mama, but his income, socioeconomic status wasn't equal with somebody to go, wow, really? He didn't have a title up to the caliber of mine. He wasn't in rooms, boardrooms. He wasn't sitting there with Congress, elected officials, and making rules and making legislation and resolutions like myself. And so at that time, I was a woman who was high value, okay, and high functioning, who was dating a man who was high functioning, but low value, but didn't live with his mother. And for me, what he was providing in the sense of our companionship was great in that season.
Which was what?
The
What was she providing me?
functionality, the emotional
The
intelligence.
functionality?
The what?
I'm asking you.
You're asking me,
Because I,
wait, what did you,
I didn't,
what word did you say?
Functionality.
You're asking me, was he making love to me
Yes.
good?
Yes.
If the sex was good?
Yes.
The sex was great.
Now let me say
Yeah, it wasn't
this.
the best I had, but it was great.
This goes to my point.
But that wasn't all, you asked a question.
Yes, but I'm making a point here.
So you want me to
Even though,
finish what he was
just
providing?
press a pause. Just
Okay.
press the space bar real
Go
quick.
for it.
He is so fucking
To hear
stupid.
this electric crackle of carbonation, described as
You
crispy.
know, niggas like him, they don't listen to have a conversation. They listen to be right. Like,
Perfect.
I can't, my patience are so, this so
Even
thin, I
though
can't
you
have
are
a conversation
entertaining
with somebody
him
like that.
sexually, you will never be solved with that man because he don't fit my standards. That doesn't mean you can't entertain.
First of all, that's not true. So I'm the source, I'm the woman who was dating him. I'm gonna speak from that source, not you. So as the source who was dating him, that's not true. We were seen in public, we were seen on red carpets when I was co-producing my show, as well as on Camera Psychologist with the biggest show on TV, Teen Mom Family Reunion on MTV. We did a lot of that. And we didn't enter a relationship where we led by sex, so I was tied to the sex is so good for what we're doing. I would have just ran that play with saying we just sexing, let's leave it there, I'm grown. I could do that. His functionality, his intellect, his high functioning is what attracted me. As that functionality continued functionality, our intimacy, all the foreplay for 8 months made that sex amazing.
And
Because it's subjective on what turns who on. And for this subject, what I'm turned on by is high functioning. I'm turned on by a man who's mature enough, emotionally intelligent enough to be a hybrid, an alpha, a submissive, a man who understands that. So for me, that's what he was feeding me, my foreplay of what turns me on as me as a woman. And so yes, I not only entertained, but I was very much involved in that relationship.
with that remedy, or that
Yes.
ingredient that most people do, it's going to run its course.
A what?
That's fine.
That's,
But who cares?
that's,
Marriage runs its course.
With the what?
but this, listen to my
I did
point
say
that I'm
it.
trying to make. As a high valued woman,
Girl, you ain't trying to learn that motherfucking shit,
she's
girl.
never going to entertain
Girl,
a
whatever.
man
Come wash
that
these
is
dishes.
not also high value. Now,
Not true.
I will say it like this, even though he has
No. Come
high
wash the
function
dishes and go to bed.
to sustain the relationship, that high function will run its course if that's all you have. So you being who you are, you attract a certain type of man. Me being who I am, I can take anybody and transform them into who I want them to be.
Nigga, what?
A woman cannot do
That's
that
not true.
in most cases.
That's not true.
Okay, she's not willing.
No, I'm saying that no man can take a woman and transform her into what he wants her to be. She came in and is willing to allow you to tell her what you want and she'll submit to those. You're not God and you're not the potter maker. So your hands ain't on the pot, sweetie. Taking a woman and conforming, you just don't have that power. You probably would like to, but you don't have that power. You
ain't-
can
you
say,
ain't-
like I
what?
just said before with the womanizer.
Do it tomorrow, motherfucker. You ain't think about that shit all day until that time cut off. Now all of a sudden you want to do something with math? I don't think so.
Yours to hit them points or not.
Come wash these dishes.
You can choose to keep her or you choose to shake her because you can never take water. Hold on. You can never take water, baby, and make this up. You can pour it out and fill it
Girl,
up.
'cause you bullshit.
What you want. Not Jesus. You ain't turning water to wine.
The fuck? You ain't think about math all day. Now it's time for bed. You want to think about math. Girl, please.
Tell her what you
I was born first.
Give her her power back, and she chooses to be that. But you don't get the power to say the name of that, whether an entrepreneur or a mother or a wife. She chooses to let you do that by telling you I'll submit to those orders. There's a difference. Now, with the man, a high-value woman can do the same thing with the man. Baby, you want to be here? This is the qualifications. This is what I need, the prerequisites. He can say yes or he can say no. Either way. But if he chooses to do that, then that's his choice and she got what she wanted. It's all about conduciveness. Is it conducive or not? However, we don't power nobody. And that's where the disconnect comes in at. The people who are high value but low functioning.
But I
Hold on, high value but low functioning. The high value, low functioning, I'm saying it again, y'all stick with me. High value, low functioning thinks the high value can attract the low functioning, and the low functioning and the high value person thinks they can potter the low functioning and mold them to be what they want. It don't work like that at all. That person still chooses to become what you're telling them you want them to be. That's still their power, and they can take it back when they want. Let me hit on something else you said. You said that high functionality will run its course. I believe the opposite.
without value. See, this is where you keep trying to skew my words or my intentions of my words. I'm not
No, but
saying.
without value, but what I'm saying is I still don't agree with that point. I don't say your point's a bad point. I just don't agree with
I
it.
just think you're taking it out of my contents my intentions for saying that. That's what I believe you're doing, and that's not my intentions. Like, you're making points of things that I did not
You
intend
said high functionality will run out without value, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm hitting on that point.
for a high value woman. High functioning will run its course if you do not have any value.
And I'm saying that I don't see that being the case.
Okay,
From being in
but,
my field.
just real quick, you were saying to that analogy of you turning water into 7-Up, I never thought that I was God or Jesus to be able
Got
to
it.
control.
But when you say, I can take a woman and make her what I want, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. You're taking me and making me what you want. You're taking Jessica and making her what you want. It doesn't matter. You cannot turn water to wine. That's her power. She comes in, you tell her what you want, and she chooses to do that. And if she becomes that, it's because of her choice. If she chooses to undo that, it's undone. So it's still, the power is still with her. No one can take anyone and make them anything, not me, not you. No one has that power.
But the
Thank
only
God.
reason why a person is considering what I need them to be or will prefer them to be or would like them to be is because of my value as a man. If I did not have any
That's not
value,
why. I love that you think that. It's for the payoff that they get. It's their payoff. Everything we
What's
do
the
is for our payoff. It's subjective. So I can say what I think. Let me say this. A woman would be with a man of your value and become everything you want her to become. You ain't gonna make her, okay? The payoff would be, she gets to be provided for. We're talking about the high value part. She gets to live in a beautiful home. She gets this high quality of life. She gets to be able to possibly have a family with a man who also, has a celebrity status, right? She gets to be in the limelight somewhat. Maybe she has a business, and maybe this relationship is a strategic relationship for her. She can use this to kind of maneuver or what she has going on. See, so the answer will be different from a high functioning woman than a low functioning woman. Me high functioning, I'm listing what I'm thinking. Strategic relationship, I'm a doctor, as a man, I got limelight, and have a lot of limelight, retired NFL player, okay, in my opinion, Hall of Famer, so we got things that can benefit me as a payoff because I'm a professional who's high functioning.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it like I have to nest in you, move in, put my feet up, and now I can live free. Now, another woman, subjectively, could think that that's the value. But there's a payoff for why we do anything we do in life. We all have and it doesn't make it bad. That's life. It's always an exchange of, I will submit to these things that Cam wants because these are the things that I know will come with me submitting.
yeah, but that's what goes back to the original statement.
Yes.
Will a man really understand true love? Because when you identify those things, it was how can I benefit from the situation? He has high status, I have high status, I'm having a business, it matches that. So to my point, when I'm saying I can make a woman in regards to that, I see way too many times a high value man takes a low functioning woman or a low value woman and increase her status overnight. Now, it's still a process. It's still a level of submission from both sides, not just a female side, but also the male side. And also, there's a patience that goes into that to be like, yo.
But depending on the negotiation, because some of that stuff.
Come bring your phone and come down there so I can watch you.
Negotiation process is different. Meaning if we coming in saying, okay, man, this is a strategic dating thing, we both know it, we don't have it all planned out, we just gonna hit these points. Meaning that would come to fruition a lot sooner because we're clear on the plan. Versus if I came in without knowing my plan, and I'm like, oh, Kim, hey, it may be a little longer process, I agree.
Yeah.
But you keep saying the man thing, which I don't. Like, will a man ever really experience true love?
Right.
My answer to that two-part answer, one, I'm not a man,
Right.
and I believe that a woman should stay in her place when it comes to answering men's questions from a place of being the source, and instead say my opinion. Just like I think a man also should stay in his place when answering questions about us, because y'all not us, we don't know. But you can say in my opinion, in my experience, or what I think. So I would hope that men could experience real love. However, I believe that it would take more than a high functionality. It would take more than high valueness. It would take more than being able to come in and, make a woman or make a man whoever we want them to be. Being in love and feeling and experiencing that fully is more about how open and vulnerable we have already allowed ourselves to be with ourselves, right? So meaning, I receive love from you at the level of receptivity I already am when I come to meet you. Whether it's friendship, business, romantic, you can't love me deeper than I love myself. Let me word that better. You can feel the love deeper for me than I love myself. I will receive it and feel it past the level that I love myself.
Yes,
So when the disconnect comes out of that with people is you telling me like, Doc, like I love you with everything. Like I'm giving you the world. Like no, I'm loving you like I've never loved any. And if I'm unlovable and I haven't worked through my stuff, and I don't have the awareness to say, but babe, it ain't your love, that is the issue.
It's
It's
not.
my ability to receive it and be topped off. Now, if I said that to you as my partner, which is that emotional intelligence just means I understand myself, I'm able to articulate who I am. In most cases, that will make you love me more and have a better understanding and try to help me, I would think, figure out how to get those barriers, right?
Unlock some.
Barriers so that you can just, I can receive your love.
Right.
And then in return, I'm able to reciprocate it at a deeper level for you, because this is the thing, if you're already loving me deeper than I can feel, that means that your love tank is already deeper. That means you're a gallon and I'm a pint. So if your gallon, right, poured everything into my pint,
It's gonna
it's
overflow.
overflow, and I just, and even though it's amazing, right? I can't, it's
Say it right
overwhelming
now.
for me, Cam, I can't take it.
I've seen that analogy.
Right.
And I received that, but
Right.
to even make it more critical, what I mean by a man not having or not really identifying true love
Yeah,
is because men's love is almost predicated on transaction
versus relation.
versus emotion.
Yeah,
You
which
see
is.
what I'm saying? Like, I unlock these things
Yeah, yeah.
when there is a transaction here where it's like, okay, even if I'm low functioning, what picks up my slack is the ability to be high
There
value.
you go.
And then, which goes back to my point to, a woman won't do that for me. And that's just the
Wanna do
reason.
what part?
She won't go to the depths of understanding, like, no, even though I have a high functioning man,
Okay.
if he doesn't provide value, then that function will run its course. Because if you're dealing with a high function and a high value woman, as we've identified her to be, those things will then need that matched. And more times than not saying that it's not capable or incapable of happening, these things have a deadline where it's like, okay, what are we really doing?
But also, that goes to my point
Mhm.
of saying that pain needs things.
To hear this
Make
perfectly
sure-
popping fizz described as crispy sounds
Make sure you
just
look out for my
about
new video that I'll be posting tomorrow. It's just me creating breakfast sandwiches. Okay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as follow me on all social media platforms at Coco_Barbie. Okay. Until then.
Relationship that she's in with another human, regardless of where they are,
Bye.
functionality, value-wise,